Raven by Saint Chalk, read by Deathlight, Part 1. Morning light poured through the stained glass windows of Candlelock Castle, brilliant streaks of color flowing across Raven's white coat. She adjusted her dark rimmed glasses and read tie with her magic as she walked down the hall, careful not to spill any drops from the 2 teacups she held in the air at her side. Not that she needed to give it a second thought at this point. Suspended on her other side was a collection of paperwork and a quill. She arrived at the door of the throne room, and after a habitual check of her dark auburn hair bun was set correctly, she entered. Far at the other end was the 2 royal sisters, as well as Twilight Sparkle, chatting away in front of the throne. Raven began the long walk down the rich red carpet, past countless stained glasses, visage of ages past. As she neared the 3 princesses, she set out one of the teacups, saucer included, to Luna. "Your silvery needle tea," spoke, her tone professional. She turned to Celestia and moved the other teacup towards her. "Your cumin tea, and here's the morning's paperwork to review." "Thank you, Raven," Celestia said with a smile, the magic surrounding the tea and paperwork turning from a soft red to light gold as she accepted it. Luna did the same, giving Raven her own warm smile. Raven turned to Twilight. "It is good to see you here, Twilight. I apologize. If I knew you were coming, I would have prepared the Earl Gary." Twilight laughed. "You remembered. That's perfectly alright, Raven, but thank you." Luna peered over to Celestia's cup. "It's been a while since I sampled a good dark tea. May I have a taste?" "Your bedtime is in 10 minutes, young lady," Raven said with a soft smirk. "No caffeine for you. Drink your tea." Celestia and Luna laughed. Twilight was surprised, but laughed as well. "The true power behind the throne. I had no idea," she joked. "Yes, you haven't spent much time with Raven, have you, Twilight?" Celestia said. "Just as you have been my most faithful student. She has been my most faithful aide." Twilight nodded. "I can't believe it." She turned to Raven. "I can't remember a time when I knew Celestia. I didn't see you around. You just..." She searched her mind for the right words. "Blend in so well." I hope that didn't sound..." Raven chuckled. "That's perfectly alright. Such is my duty after all. I am there only when I'm needed. And I have needed her many times," Celestia said, almost too quietly for anyone else to hear. Twilight raised an eyebrow slightly, but said nothing. Luna frowned at Raven. Are you tired, Raven? You look..." Raven shook her head softly. "No, I feel fine. Why?" "It's nothing, don't mind me. It is I who need to get some sleep after all." Luna smiled and finished off the rest of her tea. Raven accepted the empty cup. "Thank you, Raven." Luna began to make her way down the throne room. Raven nodded and turned to Celestia, who had hardly touched her tea, looking over the paperwork. "I will return shortly." "Thank you," Celestia replied. Twilight watched as Raven carried away the empty teacup, headed for the kitchen. "I've hardly noticed her before, but I'm getting a feeling there's a lot I don't know about her," Twilight said. Celestia smiled softly, eyes still on her paperwork. She said nothing. Raven exited the throne room and headed to the kitchen, her pace uneerily steady. Upon arrival, she placed the teacup and saucer in the sink, then paused. She walked to the connected staff restroom and closed the door. She inspected herself in the mirror, noting that indeed, slight bags have developed under her eyes, despite having had a perfectly good sleep the night before. Something else caught her eye. With some effort, she plucked a hair off her forehead and inspected it. The root had turned gray. She nodded somberly, the slightest smile on her face. Raven stared at the hair a moment longer, rotating it slowly. The light from her magic reflected off the mirror in front of her, tinting the bathroom a soft red. She tucked it inside her collar and began to walk back to the throne room. She passed by Twilight in the hall. "Leaving already, Twilight?" "Yep. There's a trio of fillies I have to get back in time to meet." Twilight groaned. Raven nodded. "Take care." She turned into the throne room, seeing Celestia sitting alone at her throne, on the last of the morning's paperwork. Her tea was done. Celestia sighed at the last form, then turned towards the approaching Raven. "I had just been considering that Manhattan could use a new elementary school. I'm glad they came to the same conclusion." Raven stopped in front of the empty teacup. Her horn glowed softly as she ran her magic over the gray hair, still hidden in her collar. "Have I mentioned, Princess, how honored I have been to be your aide?" Raven said. She stared into the empty teacup. Celestia's expression grew serious. "You don't need to. It's been evident with every action you take." She was lost in thought for a moment. "It is I who should be honored, Raven. I know that I didn't make the years easy. Raven shook her head. I was always taught that there is no greater satisfaction to be had than a task well completed, and I was proud to be such an important one under my responsibility. I wouldn't have changed a thing. Surely this position can't be summed up just to one task, Celestia said, laughing softly. When she received no response, she cocked her head. Are you thinking of retiring from my service? I would be quite sad if you go, but you have more than earned it. No, as I have said before, I will be with you as long as I'm able. Celestia nodded. Is there anything I can do? Raven said nothing for a moment, her magic still watching over the hair. Finally the magic faded from Raven's horn. As she met Celestia's eyes, she smiled. Just don't blink. Hello everyone, I am back with a new multi-chapter story I want to share with you. There really isn't much to say about this one. It's just a simple slice of life one. It's gonna be a nice little, happy story as compared to what I've been wanting to do for a while. But, that'll be coming out later when I have more time on my hands. So, for now you get this one, and... Damn, my hands hurt. Computer, I don't care. I guess you guys are wondering why my hands hurt. Yeah, I was just at my workplace. Yeah, at my other work anyways, other than this. And, I was told to, not shovel, to sweep off pretty much our drive, the drive up for the garage area, as well as all the sidewalks and stuff. And I spent about 3 hours on that, just sweeping, and I wasn't wearing any gloves or anything. And so I got blisters up and down my hands right now. And it would be worse if I didn't have calluses, so I'm glad about calluses, but my hands are still pretty nasty looking. Anyways, enough about my normal life here. The story. You get introduced to quite a few characters, all females, and that is notoriously hard on me. Because, first off, I am a bass. Just through and through, I'm a bass. I'm a low voice. And it's really hard for me to try to get up there, and then try to make all the voices distinguishable is notoriously hard for me too. So, I don't know how Visual does it at all. I'm envious. But, anyways, I'm gonna try my best and just hope for the best for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.